Most people don't need more advice, they need fewer lies. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why smart people stay stuck? Why people with talent, ambition, even good intentions still end up broke, bitter, or behind? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're dumb. It's because they believe comfortable lies over uncomfortable truths. Let me show you. They say, just follow your passion. But they don't tell you passion means nothing without skills, execution, and timing. They say, believe in yourself, but they don't tell you belief won't save you when you haven't put in the reps. They say, work hard and be patient. But they don't tell you most people die waiting for things they never earned. These aren't motivational quotes. They're landmines, and most people step on them smiling. Because here's the truth, and it's not cute. You've been lied to by society, by school, by social media, maybe even by your own parents. And worst of all, you started lying to yourself. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. This isn't the right time. At least I'm trying. Number. Trying isn't doing. And tomorrow is a graveyard for dreams that never had a chance. You want success? Then stop flirting with it. Success is allergic to hesitation. Let me give you one real example. A friend of mine spent 5 years dreaming about launching a business. He watched YouTube videos, bought courses, took notes, but never launched, not once. Last year, his younger cousin, no degree, no savings boy, built a TikTok channel from scratch and now makes 6 figures a year selling digital products. You know what the difference was? One of them acted, the other overprepared. The world doesn't care what you could have been, only what you do. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm about to drop 15 brutal truths that will feel like a punch in the gut, but they'll wake you up. They're not nice, they're not comforting, but they're real. And they just might be the exact unfair advantage you've been needing. Let's start with the first one. 1. No one owes you understanding. Stop expecting people to get you. Most won't. Most can't. And guess what? They don't have to. You are not a TED Talk. You don't need to be universally relatable. You're building a life, not a group chat. Here's what most people get wrong. They think being misunderstood is a sign they're doing something wrong. It's not. It's often a sign you're doing something original. Remember when you first started leveling up, eating cleaner, waking up early, saying no more often? People rolled their eyes, told you, you've changed. Of course you did. That's the point. The truth, most people want the old version of you, the one who didn't set boundaries, the one who made them feel better about staying small. Let me give you a real example. A client of mine quit alcohol and started his fitness journey, lost 40 pounds, built a side hustle, hit 6 figures. His oldest friend stopped inviting him out, said he was too focused now. They weren't offended. They were exposed. Here's the punchline. The more you grow, the less relatable you become to those who refuse to, and that's okay. You're not here to make everyone comfortable. So stop over-explaining. Stop justifying your progress. Live your truth, even if it costs you people, because the right ones won't need a translation. Now let's go deeper, because this next truth, it shatters one of the most dangerous lies you've ever been sold. You deserve success just for trying. Spoiler, you don't. Let's talk about it. 2, you don't deserve success. You have to prove it. Here's a brutal fact. Success doesn't care how badly you want it. It doesn't reward good intentions. It doesn't respond to affirmations. It responds to evidence. You don't get paid for trying. You get paid for delivering. Effort is cute. Results pay rent. Let's break the fantasy. You're not destined for anything. You're not chosen. You're not meant to succeed. You either prove your value or you stay broke. That's it. That's the rule. Now here's where people mess up. They confuse movement with momentum. They stay busy, build perfect logos, watch 100 tutorials, but no product, no sales, no feedback, just preparation addiction. Let me give you a real-world example. A girl I know spent months designing a coaching website, fonts, colors, vision board, the works. You know what she didn't do? Talk to a single client, 0 sales, 0 proof. But hey, the Instagram looked amazing. Meanwhile, another guy recorded a low-quality video with shaky lighting, posted it with a Calendly link, booked 3 clients the first week. Here's the harsh lesson. The world rewards proof, not potential. Nobody's going to invest in your dreams until you invest in reality. So next time you hear yourself saying, I deserve more than this, ask yourself, have I earned more than this? If not, you've got work to do. Not feelings to feel. And now that we've shattered the entitlement myth, let's move to the next lie people love to believe. I have potential. Yeah? Then let's talk about how potential is worthless until you make it real. 3, your potential means nothing without output. You've got big ideas? Cool. So, does every guy sitting at a bar saying, I could have gone pro? You've got potential. So what? So did the kid who dropped out and never built a thing. Potential is just unused energy. And if you never convert it into output, it dies with you. Let me be clear. You're not who you could be. You are what you consistently produce. No book written equals no author. No sales closed equals no business. No value delivered equals no legacy. Period. Here's what most people do wrong. They treat potential like it's a badge. They expect praise for having ideas, but ideas don't change lives. Execution does. Let me tell you about James. Super smart guy. Everyone told him he was destined for greatness. 10 years later, still talking about the app he's gonna build, still reading productivity books, still planning. Meanwhile, his old roommate, barely past college, launched a simple tool. Clunky design, limited features, but he shipped it. Now he's got users, revenue, and investors calling because done beats perfect every damn time. Here's the truth. The graveyard is full of brilliant minds who never shipped, and the market is full of average people who did. So stop hoarding your ideas. Start building something ugly, fast, and real because you don't get credit for what's in your head, only what's in the world. And now that we've killed the potential fantasy, let's talk about something even harder. Why discipline isn't the enemy. It's the escape hatch. 4. Discipline isn't hard. What's hard is living without it. Waking up at 5 a.m. sucks. But waking up at 35 with nothing to show for your life, that's harder. Skipping dessert is hard, but living with diabetes because you couldn't say no? That's harder. Here's the real truth no one wants to admit. Discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom in disguise. And the people who fear structure the most are usually the ones drowning in chaos. Let me break it down. Everyone pays a price. Either you pay the price now, discipline, or you pay later, in regret, sickness, stress, and wasted years. Choose your bill. You know what's wild? We glorify chaos and call it freedom. But freedom without direction is just self-destruction on a time delay. Here's a real example. I knew a guy named Eric, wild creative, tons of charisma. He said discipline kills his vibe. Didn't want a schedule, didn't want rules. He bounced from gig to gig, drank every weekend, always chasing some spark. At 38, he was broke, burned out, and blaming the system. Meanwhile, his friend, same talents, same background, but he made a simple rule, 3 focused hours every morning before checking his phone. 6 years later, he runs a 7-figure creative agency with time to spare. Here's the difference. One built with discipline, the other coasted on chaos. So let me make it clear. Discipline doesn't steal your freedom. It builds it. And if you hate the word discipline, try calling it self-respect. Because that's what it really is. Now that you understand what real freedom costs, let's flip the script. Because the next truth, most of you are sabotaging your growth by surrounding yourself with people who benefit when you stay stuck. Let's talk about that. 5. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Let's be blunt. Some people love the broken version of you, the version that says yes too much, that plays small, that doesn't challenge their comfort zone. The moment you grow, they'll flinch. Because now, your progress exposes their stagnation. They'll say, "You've changed." And they'll mean it as an insult. But it's a compliment. That's what growth is. Change that makes others uncomfortable. Let me give you a real example. A woman I coached used to go out drinking every weekend with the same group. Then she quit alcohol, started running, launched a side business, and you know what happened? That group ghosted her. Told her she was too busy now. Translation, you outgrew our excuses and we hate the mirror you've become. Listen to this loud and clear. Loyalty to people who limit you is not loyalty. It's self-sabotage. Just because they've been at your table for years doesn't mean they deserve a plate when the meal gets better. Stop inviting old habits in new seasons. Here's the truth. You don't need a big circle. You need a tight one. People who clap when you win, not flinch when you grow. Cut access, raise standards, protect your energy like it's equity. Because it is. You've made it through the first 5 truths. That already puts you ahead of most. But don't stop now. Because the next truths, they hit where it really hurts. We're talking anxiety, emotional sabotage, energy leaks, and all the ways you lie to yourself without even knowing it. Part 2 is where the game changes. Go watch it. Don't think, don't save it, just click. Your breakthrough might be 1 click away.